Even though I had my reservations about Payback, this premium live event, it was good from top to bottom. There were quite a few surprises, and we're going to talk about it in this episode. I don't care what anybody says. Hands down, the steel cage match, Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus, for me was the highlight match of the night. Those two women put in work. Oh my gosh, I am so proud of both Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus. This was Trish's first steel cage match. And for Becky, like, even though I know there's some fans out there who think that this feud between Trish and Becky has been just drawn out, quite frankly, I have been enjoying the ride. I really have. This is really started ever since April of this year when Trish Stratus betrayed Becky Lynch on Raw. But I'm telling you, it has been on the incline for me, and then adding Zoe Stark into the mix gave the whole storyline, the whole feud, even more of a dynamic, because now, you know, Becky Lynch was able to feud with Zoe. Like, it just, like, but I'm getting off track. Becky slammed Trish's head into the steel cage so hard, so many times, that this woman ended up having a lump on her forehead. Oh my gosh, I was going through it. The superplex off the top of the cage. Oh my gosh. You are not invincible, boo-boo. I love you, but think about yourself. And I'm like, Trish! The freaking avalanche manhandle slam, bruh, which got Becky the W. This is the epitome, okay, of taking lemons and making it into lemonade, because there were a lot of fans out there who were pissed off that Trish Stratus and Becky Lynch were not on the match card for this past SummerSlam. It would have been dope to see these two women go at it, but I'm so glad they waited until Payback, because it just started continue to brew and brew and brew, and it just made for really good social media content for Trish and Becky, and it translated in the ring and on Monday Night Raw leading up to Payback. Now, I was talking about in my predictions video how I was wondering how Zoe Stark was going to play into the mix with this steel cage match between these two women, and she definitely came out and interfered, and at one point Becky and Zoe were going at it in the ring, and I for a split second thought that Trish Stratus was going to take the W, but even with Zoe Stark's help, Becky still won. And what really threw me was when Trish slapped the shiznit out of Zoe Stark at the end after the match, because Becky got the W. Trish was pissed. Zoe was trying to calm her down. Trish didn't want to hear it. She slapped her, and Zoe was like, no, boo-boo. I mean, yes, it says thank you, Trish, on my shirt, but I'm not boo-boo but a fool here, okay? You don't see the red nose and the clown here. So she attacked her right back. I like that they're breaking up. I knew this was going to happen, but I wasn't expecting it to happen right now. I feel like WWE kind of dropped the ball in that aspect, because I feel like they could have let that brew a little bit more. Like, they could have teased us as fans, making us think that Zoe and Trish were going to part ways and become enemies. Like, play it and then be like, psych, nah, we cool, it's okay. New game plan. But no, like, they just turned on each other in the ring. And Payback, WWE could have waited a little bit longer to do that, to drop that bomb, to switcheroo it and make John Cena the special referee for the LA Knight in the Miz match. Was not expecting that at all. And though the exchange between the Miz and John Cena before the match started was a little bit on the cornball side, like, that quickly went out of my head when the actual match started. I enjoyed this match too. What was great was seeing the Miz really come out of this manufactured shell that he's put himself in the WWE. Like, we saw that aggression, we saw that back in the heyday Miz, and I've been saying this before, that LA Knight has been bringing something out of Mike that we have not seen in a very long time. And I love that John Cena was the special referee, because it added a different dynamic to the match, where, you know, Miz and John have history. But then we will also see little exchanges between LA Knight and John. And it just added a different feeling to the match to make you feel like, well, okay, well, is John Cena going to favor one competitor over the other, or is he just going to go, you know, call it straight down the line? I feel like he did a good job as the referee. Are we going to get a LA Knight John Cena match soon? After the match where John Cena was extending his hand to LA Knight, and he was apprehensive about doing, because he was just like, yo, you almost cost me the match. You almost cost me the match, because there was 2 instances within the match where Miz was about to hit John by mistake, and then LA Knight was about to hit John by mistake. LA was feeling some way about it still, but he did shake his hand for a sign of respect. But still, I want to see it. I can't believe I'm freaking saying this, but I would love to see John and LA Knight. Now, while I was not looking forward to this match, this United States Championship match, this was good too. I mean, despite how I feel about Austin Theory, he can deliver in the ring. I cannot dispute that. I can't ignore that part. I was hoping that Rey Mysterio was going to retain the United States Championship for my reasons that I talked about in my predictions video. But if you haven't seen it, I'll just go over it really quickly. Rey Mysterio is adding prestige back to the United States Championship. He is adding value back to it. Rey Mysterio definitely pushed Austin Theory to the limit, and I was hoping he would do it. I was hoping Rey was going to tear Austin up, because y'all know how I feel about him. I don't like him, I don't like him, I don't like him. But despite how I feel about Austin Theory, I don't want him to, you know, just fade away into SmackDown until like you barely see him anymore. I still want him to be in the picture. I just want WWE creative to kind of go back to the drawing board with this wrestler and figure out what they're doing wrong with him, because I mean, Grayson Waller, I've been saying this, I've been comparing Grayson Waller and Austin Theory for months now, and it still remains the same. Like, there's something that Grayson is doing that Austin needs to pick up on and tap into that and do that too, because people don't care as much about Austin as a heel as they do with Grayson. I don't know. Both of these men are big talk, but there's something that Grayson is doing that Austin needs to take notes on. Might be crazy to say this, but maybe Austin Theory, if it's not gonna be like a LA Knight John Cena type thing, maybe Austin Theory and LA Knight should have a storyline. Maybe that might help Austin Theory's heelness, like to really tap into that and to really provoke the WWE universe to care about, you know, despising him as a heel, you know? So I wonder, that might be a really good foil. Austin might be a really good foil to LA Knight. But we all know Austin Theory is going to cry about this on SmackDown. Now, this was another match that I really was not caring about. Not because I don't like these 4 men, but simply because, like I said on my predictions video, it's just been a rinse and repeat with Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and the Judgment Day. And I get it. Judgment Day has been trying to get gold for all 4 of these stablemates in Judgment Day. And they freaking succeeded. That's one of the surprises that blew my freaking mind. Damian Priest and Finn Balor winning the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship. Oh my gosh. I thought that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn were going to retain. I was wrong. I was so freaking wrong. Oh my gosh, they went above and beyond my expectations. And quite frankly, I had low expectations for this, only because I was just tired of the storyline, not because of the competitors. I like all 4 of these men, you guys know this. I love that Kevin Owens did an ode to Terry Funk. The whole trash can spot that they did with Damian Priest having the trash can over his head, and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn just taking turns. Like, they both have kendo sticks and they're just hitting the freak out of Damian Priest. And I don't know why I was surprised with Dominic Mysterio coming out to help. He getting freaked up. But then Rhea Ripley, you have a match on the match card for your Women's World Championship. Why are you coming up? I get it. It's your boys. Judgment Day. Y'all stick together. Y'all family through thick and thin. I get it. But boo, you need to be focusing. But she gave no F's. She was going to make sure that she bum rushed Kevin Owens into the barricade. There's just so much going on. And I'm telling you, I put in my freaking notes. I was like, I guess it takes a freaking team. It takes a village, okay? It takes a family, okay, to get the gold. But when JD McDonough came out and he ended up helping Damian Priest because Damian was getting pinned, and JD McDonough pulled Sami Zayn out of the ring and freaked him up. And I remember JD looking at Damian basically being like, you're welcome. Everybody in Judgment Day needs to thank JD. I feel like they should start wearing thank you JD t-shirts. Okay, they need to make some of those and wear those because he was a pivotal point in this match, making it possible for these 2 men to take these belts from Sami and Kevin. I'm still like flabbergasted. Like, everyone in Judgment Day has gold. I'm shook if, Dominic Mysterio, he still has the North American Championship. Rhea Ripley, still, and this was before Rhea Ripley's match against Raquel Rodriguez. She freaking won that thanks to Dominic, but I'm getting ahead of myself. With Rhea Ripley, she Women's World Champion. And then you have Finn Balor and Damian Priest, who are the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions. Like, everybody has, and mind you, Damian Priest still is Senior Money in the Bank. Like, they are they're decked out. They're decked out in championships. Like, now you really can't tell the Judgment Day anything now. I didn't talk about this, but I'm gonna go back to this real quick. Becky Lynch and Tiffany Stratton backstage. Becky Lynch versus Tiffany Stratton for the NXT Women's Championship. Will Becky Lynch ever get the one championship? This is the only championship that she has not gotten. The NXT Women's Championship. Like, are they teasing that she's gonna get that soon? I would love to see it. Oh my goodness, but not yet. Not yet. WWE needs to handle this with care. Like she's a package or something. Handle it with care. With Cody Rhodes being on the Grayson Waller effect, I really believed that Cody was going to make an announcement about himself, not introducing or reintroducing Jey Uso as main event Jey Uso 1 and 2. This man being put on Monday Night Raw. I felt like a little kid. They didn't change this man's entrance music. Is bomb AF. Like he the oos. He's a oos. He by himself. He's solely by himself. He doing the dang thing. I was so freaking excited when this man came out. Nobody was freaking expecting this. All I gotta say is Jey Uso is going to make Monday Night Raw so much better. I believe it. But I'm just, oh gosh. And then of course the icing on the cake is Jey Uso super kicking Grayson Waller because he's been talking trash. He was talking trash about Cody Rhodes, and then he's talking trash about Jay. Like, this man don't know when to shut up. Like, he's just so good at making you want to slap him in the face. But we got Jey out. I wonder if Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes are gonna have a thing, gonna have a feud, gonna have a little situation. Ooh, I wonder. This would be a great first competitor for Jey Uso, as him going by himself on Monday Night Raw. Oh my gosh, like, this is a great way to separate Jey and Jimmy for the inevitable that they're gonna have. Like, you got Jimmy acting like a dang fool, a little baby brat on SmackDown, and now you got Jey Uso doing a dang thing by himself, not giving three darns, but now he on Raw. I love that Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez were playing on the fact that both of these women are very strong and tall AF, especially Raquel. She's huge, she's big, she's a tall, strong, big woman. Okay, but Rhea's strong too. So to see these two just testing each other, like, especially Raquel, like, she was pushing Rhea Ripley to the limit, and I'm glad that Rhea had someone like Raquel to go up against, someone that was really going to test her. I've been saying this, Rhea Ripley has been needing a really solid competitor to go up against to make us believe that, okay, Rhea's getting challenged right now. Like, is she about to lose? Is she gonna lose this? But what was so interesting to me was throughout this match, people I could hear in the crowd were still going for Rhea Ripley, and you would think, as Rhea Ripley being a heel, that they would go for Raquel Rodriguez. But no, people are still for Rhea. Rhea could throw a trash can at a fan and people would still cheer her. Rhea Ripley could mock a child in the crowd and make him cry, and they would still cheer her. They just love Rhea Ripley, and that sucks for Raquel, considering she's a face. I feel like WWE and Raquel, I don't just want to put it on creative, because even though these wrestlers aren't really writing their own stuff unless they got some kind of bull backstage, it is still the responsibility of the wrestler to captivate their audience, to captivate the WWE universe. So I feel like it is both the responsibility of WWE creative as well as Raquel to really work on making us as fans invest into her, get invested into her storyline, get invested into her as a wrestler, because it was very imbalanced and honestly, I hope that even though Raquel Rodriguez did not win, I hope that this match did help in getting the fans behind her, even if it's just a little bit more. Dominic Mysterio gets on my last nerves. He had to come out. He had to come out and make sure that Mommy retained her World Heavyweight Championship, because he was a great distraction. But I'm glad that at least Raquel was able to put, she put a freaking running power slam on this boy before Rhea Ripley was able to take advantage and getting riptide on this girl and betting her for the 1, 2, 3 to retain. Am I the only one who was laughing really hard when John Cena was backstage with that blazer and that bow tie? Like, his acting was top tier when he was interviewing our newly crowned undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions, Damian Priest and Finn Balor. Like, it was so this is why WWE always has John Cena come back, because he's good at entertaining, whether you like the man or not. I have to say this. Shinsuke Nakamura gave me goosebumps. From the video package of like the action cartoon of him to him actually walking out to the ring, being his Shinsuke Nakamura self, like I felt what this man was giving off, to the point where I was wondering, was I wrong? Like, in my predictions, I was second guessing by choice. I was like, wait, is Shinsuke going to take the World Heavyweight Championship from Seth freaking Rollins? Nakamura did all that he said that he was going to do, except win the World Heavyweight Championship. But definitely, the artist was targeting Rollins' lower back. Every single chance that he got. He was so calculated in his moves. Oh my goodness. And you could see the pain that Seth freaking Rollins was portraying on his face. I was so engaged. And honestly, I feel like Shinsuke Nakamura, for the most part, was dominating this match. But Seth freaking Rollins was like, I don't care if my lower back is effed up. You gonna F around and find out you ain't taking my belt from me, bruh. Shinsuke was so calculated in this match at freaking up Seth's lower back. Like, kicking him in his back, throwing him against barricade, throwing him onto the announcement table. Like, he just kept going at it. And I don't know why, but I would love for this to keep going. I would love for Shinsuke to not stop, because he didn't get what he wanted. He freaked up Seth, but he did not get the championship. Maybe I'm just being a little greedy right now, but I feel like there's so much more. Like, this match wasn't super flashy. It wasn't like, it was a really good payoff to what they were building with Shinsuke and Seth. So guys, let me know what you thought about Payback. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more episodes. Thank you guys so much for watching. Signing off. Bye.